Hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to another edition to SISTA Talk. Look, Marlon trying to take over already.
I just said hello.
We were out on a 2-month hiatus.
I know.
How about
Yeah.
that? And we're so excited to come get back.
Yes.
Marlon already trying to take over again.
Well, I got 2 months worth for takeover.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Uh-oh. Okay.
But we're back. I'm glad to be back here with my
Me
sisters.
too.
Absolutely.
Martina Sample,
Yes.
our image consultant, our image specialist, and then we have the baby of the bunch, Marlon Wilson. She's a candidate for her doctoral.
Yes.
She is our in-house comedian. She wears many hats. I don't know if you watch this on Facebook Live, but she has different hats.
Mm-hmm.
Every
She's
time.
a woman of different hats.
20 or
I love my hats. I just
Yeah.
first it covers my face. So
Oh yeah, I don't know why.
why
she
would
does
you
that.
want to cover that beauty? You should be sharing it.
Y'all want to see me share?
Okay, all right,
No, because my hair is not done.
Yeah, no, but I see it's like growing like tumbleweeds.
It is,
It is.
and I'm ready. And when you try to make that decision, do you want to chop it off? Like I've been really thinking about going like Gail and just chopping it all
What?
off.
I think I let mine grow now because this is, my and then it was more blonder. It's coming in now.
Yeah.
So now it looked like I got the salt and pepper shake, color coming in.
Well, I had to
But I'm
take
gonna let
mine. I had to get rid of that salt and pepper.
I'm gonna let my hair grow. Because
Right.
it was shorter than this.
When
It
you
was
had
like-
your
she was like,
sister locks, they were so pretty. I love your hair when you
I
had
do
your sister
miss
locks.
it, but I also, when it's hot, I feel it, long, and it was just that I felt God telling me that I did not want hair to be an issue.
Do you ever feel like sometimes you just need a new? So you just
Yes.
anything that you feel is like carrying on your shoulders or something, you just strip your whole self
Yep.
of it.
Yes.
So if your hair had
sometimes
to
you
go
have to
and
do that.
everything like hair, nails, whatever, I don't
It
really
brings
care
more
anyway.
clarity when you simplify things. sometimes.
It sure
Absolutely.
does.
Absolutely.
Especially now, it's hot, it's summertime, and I'm like, okay, I'll just put some oil on and keep it moving.
Yep.
See,
So
I'm
now it's
cheap.
starting to grow, so it's going to start curling up.
See, I'm cheap, so if I get it cut off, I don't got to pay no more for it.
See, yeah.
But
That's true,
sometimes you
but-
just got to release everything that you feel is just like weighing you down. You just release it. And sometimes it could be your hair, your nails, your makeup, and just go pure.
Well, you know what? And it's funny how you say that because one of the things that I want to talk about today is something that we've talked about prior, about fears and having to let go and rediscovering ourselves. But first, we're going to do things in order the way we normally do.
Okay.
And we're going to have Martina Sample inspire us.
Thank you so much.
We've been waiting.
So yeah, right.
And no, that's you know where that comes from, right? Prison.
Oh,
Really?
no.
Yeah. They go like this.
I didn't
For
know
what
that.
reason?
They do that in the
Women.
poet.
In the poet readings,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, like it's stimulated.
Oh,
So,
like
all
those
right.
baggy pants, too. Yes, we're going to clap you in. We're going to clap you in now.
Okay. So again, everyone, thank you for joining us. We are so happy to be back today. We've missed you. And just to fill you in, I recently became a certified life coach. Yes.
Woo-hoo,
Yes. Along with Gail, we're waiting on Marlon to join the ranks.
And about that.
Yes. So I am going to be planning on doing some motivational speaking and coaching people to help them reach their goals. So I now feel so empowered.
Yeah.
You are empowering.
Ah.
Absolutely. This is just a great honor.
But
It
you know
is.
what? You
What?
had asked me a question 2 weeks, or was it last week? You were told to ask your friends,
Oh, yes.
why would we come to you?
Yes.
Is
What
that-
would you come to me to as far as a problem to help you with? What do you think I'm good at?
Well, I know one thing that she's definitely good with, and she has made me see the light is when I would come to work with baggy clothes.
My
I
ass,
mean,
she'd be like, Mar.
See.
And I be trying to hide it, so I try to pull my pants down, or I'll try to put on a sweater, or she'd be like, now you could have did something, my hair would be all over it. Like,
See?
y'all don't understand. Sometimes I just don't care.
But your hair is so beautiful. Like,
But she will cut, and like, with Z, she does it in such a way that you're like comfortable. And when you receive it, you don't receive it like she's attacking. It's like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah. It's
like,
never about
you'd
that.
be like, well, you might want to consider ironing your clothes today.
No. And she's very good with that. But
Yeah.
sometimes you need to be a little bit more forceful.
Yeah.
And, and she would be nice so many times. I mean, so many times. She was very nice in telling me that my clothes is too big. And I'm like, yeah, whatever.
But
Gail,
and
it's too big. But wait a minute. Gail is too big. Oh, yeah, coming again. Gail, is your dress on backwards? Oh, is it? I'm like, oh, let me go to the ladies.
oh, God.
But it was just this one particular time. I guess she just got tired of me coming in with the clothes too big. She was just tired of it. And she used a sterner voice. Now, mind you, we were sitting next to each other. So you know when to be fearful of Marzina. She's not a force to be reckoned with.
yes.
I learned that.
I've put that, I'm sweet as pie now. I mean, compared to how I used to be.
Well, maybe because she was sitting next to me and she was just tired of me being hard.
No.
But one time she put on a face and she used a deeper voice. And then she told me it's entirely too big. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll start paying attention now, But even when, I came to work with my dress on backwards, inside out, it was just, and I've come in, backwards, inside out. And I'm like, okay, maybe I need to pay more attention.
And you know what? I was just thinking, I was like, at the time when my mom first had her stroke, I would come in and she would talk to me. And she would just give me those like uplifting, things like, you can do it, you can make it. Look, Mar, you're still coming to work, you're still living, you're still doing it, like, and she would just give me that motivation I needed some mornings, because some days I walk in there and I was like, I hate this job. Like, I really don't want to be here. I want to be next to my mom. But she would like, Marlon, you could do this. Like, you could, like, and she would just give me like a little pep talk. Then she would like she gave me that motherly love that I didn't have in the mornings because my mom wasn't there. She was like, oh my gosh, look at those clothes. She was like, what were you thinking? And then like, if anybody knows me, I hate lotion. I know being black is that shouldn't be in my book, but I really hate putting on. So she'd be like, Mar, you need some lotion. And I'd be like, do I? Yes, look at you. You look.
If I could see it from a distance.
I need it.
So,
But she gives you those words of inspiration. And like, I think maybe that's good with a life coach. Somebody who can guide you as well as reprimand you, and you're not feeling attacked by them.
Well, now she's older now, so the physical violence she's not going to partake. Have you ever felt her sting? I don't know why. We were at the elevator.
Oh, yeah.
At work, at the elevator, and she put her hand, I didn't know where it was coming from, but she went like the backhanded one, and she went full circle, and she popped me on my butt. I was like, ah! It was like, ah!
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
I am heavy-handed. I'm sorry. But you know how someone's just in the right position and you just can't help it?
You gotta go there. You gotta go there.
I didn't mean to do it, but it was just the perfect opportunity.
Absolutely.
For no
I'm
reason.
sorry.
Were you saying something, Ruben? Oh, I guess not. No, but I'm like, there was no reason for it.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
She's getting you back for all the times you didn't listen.
Right,
Oh,
right. Yeah,
but I guess she just couldn't and just wanted to pop me. And I'm like, I just hollered. We're at work.
It was hilarious.
No,
It was.
it wasn't. I'm like, she hit me for
For no reason.
So she's past
It
that
was a
stage
love
now.
tap. Yeah.
No, love tap's like, oh, honey.
I'm heavy-handed.
Yeah. That was like, boom. It was the sound that
And
that,
the sound
that you
was
heard
so wonderful
throughout the
because it
nations.
echoed in the hallway.
Wow.
All right. So we act a little crazy sometimes, guys.
But it's good that you got your certification.
Yes.
I'm proud of you. That's awesome.
I'm proud of you,
I am ready to
too.
step out on faith.
Okay.
That's awesome because
Yeah.
sometimes you get like even that certification, then you be like, I got it, okay, and just put it to the back
Yep.
burner. And you like, now what do I do with it? Now that you have this, you have a goal or something. I don't know if it's a goal, but aspiration. Yeah,
goals.
to
Use it.
expand and use it. That's awesome.
Because it's so needed. A lot of people don't understand it is needed. You have, and that's, I want to touch on that a little bit later on. We'll talk about fear, but sometimes we have to be coached out of.
We do. And one of the great things about being in that classroom with all these different ladies from different places, I met some phenomenal women.
Absolutely.
One woman has been doing life coaching for over 10 years.
Wow.
And she agreed to help mentor me to get me set up in the right way.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
That's
That's
awesome.
really
Yeah.
awesome.
And you don't often find that where someone's willing
Right.
to help
Yeah.
someone else. But I think that is awesome because, the opportunity is there.
Right.
And see, that's what I think we need to do more in our community as well, is offer our help. We know we have something to give.
Right.
Like if you have something and you keep it to yourself, what's the use of having it?
Exactly.
What's the use of
exactly.
having
If we go out here and we all get educations and everything, and you move through life and you're thinking about your career and everything, but if you can't bring the next person up,
Right, because
then
there's
what's-
room for everyone out there.
what's-
That,
and-
people look at things as competition. We're doing most of the time totally different things.
absolutely.
Or there's a need for each one of us. So it's not.
And it's not
Why
on
not
a competitive. It's like what you qualified to do.
Right.
You know how you affect others, and you can be at the bottom of the list, but you got that leadership's quality where you can make things happen. You can either make it go negative or you can do something positive. But a lot of times I see us as a whole, we just get so complacent. We're not even realizing that we're not helping the next person.
Yes.
We're
Right.
doing a small part, but if we all join together and start doing something bigger and helping others, all of us can come up, And it's
Exactly.
not about the races or anything. If you see somebody who may need a little mentor and may need a little help, help them,
Exactly.
And what I was thinking about that at Morehouse. How that guy paid for
Oh,
those.
my gosh.
Oh my
Was that
gosh.
awesome?
Paid the
I'm-
bill, yeah. he
How
paid the-
awesome is it? Can I go to Morehouse?
I know, right?
No,
Can
I
we
think
go
that's
back and I'll go to Morehouse.
I know. And my sister had just graduated.
It's all men's school. I'll
Sis.
go. Hi.
Like, that was. That was so awesome. Like, do you know how
Yeah.
much pressure he took off of all of those graduates?
And be able to go out into the world debt free.
Right.
I mean, like they might have their credit, but a school loan is serious
Exactly.
debt.
That's almost
Serious
like
debt.
a life commitment.
But then
Yeah.
not
Like a
only
mortgage
did he
commitment.
do that, he came back and gave 1,000 paid internships.
Oh, I didn't even hear that. part.
Yes, I think we posted it on our page.
Oh,
See?
okay.
I saw that.
I thought it was the same article.
Okay, all right. But I think if we all if you listen to his speech, if we all we might not be able to do it to the length that he did it or the amount that he did, but if we take one person or two people and help them and keep on helping, we can all get to the top. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
But and that's the key, and to keep helping.
Absolutely.
So let me tell you what happened. A couple of weeks ago, I saw that an old friend of mine started working for the state, right? So I reached out to her because her picture would come up all the time with what's going on in the treasurer's office. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to send her an email to see if she wants to have lunch. I'm like, and this was, we used to be friends during a time where they looked down at me because I am a government worker. Okay. So, we were traveling, everything. And mind you, they didn't have kids. I had, my son. And, it seemed like my money was going further than theirs. But anyway, they looked down on me. I didn't finish college at the time. So I reached out, went to lunch and everything. So we're catching up on each other. And, first we talked about retirement. She just started. And when I said, well, I can go anytime now, she told me I was, what did she say? I was not being arrogant, but I was showing off or something like that. So
Well,
I didn't
it's
say
the
that.
truth, though.
But
This
wait a
is where
minute,
you're at in your
yeah.
life.
I said, okay, this is okay. So, I'm listening to her. We're talking and everything. And she's telling me her story and everything. And I'm listening and, told her where I've been, within the division. And so then before we leave, we start talking about traveling. And I said, yeah, I love to travel. She's like, where have you been? And I've named quite a few places that I've been to. And she was like, her eyes was wide open. And I'm like, what? And I said, told her I was, a certified, coach. She had already said that she had her master's. So I told her I had mine, and she was surprised about that. And then, she was surprised that we were going into the school. She was surprised that I, wrote a book. And she was like, you do all that? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, see, if you stuck with me.
Oh, here you go. You could have done
maybe
this
I could
too.
have inspired something as well.
Yeah.
Right.
But just like a lot of times, like I could sit there and I can name degree after degree, all the stuff I did, but I'm not trying to be. I know I'm better than some. I just have to throw it out there. I am going to check some people at any given day because you're trying to throw something in my face. Like I play around a lot and I act like I don't know a lot. Like I'll play the role and be like, right, But at the same time, don't come for me because I will check you in a minute.
Yeah.
Like But at the same time, I'm not here to try to make you feel any less of a person that you are.
Right.
So I will let you talk. If you feel that you got to tell me
talk.
you got this and this and that, I'm so happy for you. I hope you continue on your journey. I know where I am in life. And you could say you have all of this and never be happy in life. I can at least say I got all of this and I am happy with my life. There's some things that I may want to do a little better, but I don't have to say, girl, I got 3 kids, I got this,
Right.
I don't have to say that. I know who I am.
Right.
I know who I represent. I know what I'm about. And if you have to throw it in my face, you really don't know what you have.
And that normally means that person is lacking.
Yeah,
something.
lacking.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
they're trying to make up for it by boasting.
And like you, I wasn't trying to, I was just
No,
trying
you
to
just
have
telling
a nice
her your life,
conversation. But she was just surprised that I went on to do things that she wished she could have had. And I'm like, especially travel. We both had that in common. We like to travel. But, she asked, well, how far have you gone? And I've told her. She's like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't know black people travel. But
we travel.
We
travel.
we travel. And I said, and I just, did a group trip. And a group of us went over to the Bahamas, did a cruise and everything. I said, next we're going to Jamaica and stuff like that. And she, she wants to
Just don't go to the DR.
Yeah, right.
Look, don't go there until they figure out what's going on.
I know.
Ooh, what's
I
in
know.
the water?
I know.
But we should be in a position whereas we're helping each other.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
not
and-
try to say I'm above you.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, because the same, like they say, the same people who you see going up, you'll see them coming down as
Exactly.
well. And that is just so.
And as you going up, make sure you're not stepping on nobody as you going up.
Right.
Because you don't want to burn bridges.
You don't.
Exactly.
You don't wanna burn
Because I
bridges.
had to learn that the hard way. I'd be like, I can't stand y'all dudes. And then I was like, why am I doing that? Like,
Right.
what purpose does
You
it
never
serve?
know.
Like,
Oh,
who
I
you're
can't
gonna
get help
need.
from
Yeah.
that person.
Yeah.
That person,
Yeah,
you got a
but
skill.
now I'm just like, I'll stay in the background. Like, I'm not a real upfront kind of person. Like, I'd rather work from the background. Like, I'll know it goes like something. Like, if you ask for my help, I give to charities. I don't mind doing that, but I don't want to be on the forefront. And let me
Right.
say,
She sure looked like she was
Yeah.
taking control when we went into that school, that elementary school.
For our workshop.
The workshop, when we did that workshop. And yeah, she didn't look like she wanted to be in
I
the
know,
back,
right?
in the back of the room.
But the thing about it is, those are young women trying to come up. I don't want them to ever feel where they are, they have to stay there because your day isn't going to be your tomorrow.
Right.
I want them to feel like I can see somebody who made it from this point in life and got to here. You never want to, when you standing in front of somebody, you don't want to represent yourself as like, yeah, you might get here.
Right,
No, I
right.
want you to know you are going to get there.
Exactly.
I want you to know you're better than what you are today. I want you to know that you're going to grow, that you're going to be something. I don't want your surroundings to take hold of you and then you will fall subject to the, I don't want you to be a statistic. I want you to be the good statistic that you got out. You got your education. You got a good job. You got your house. You got your car. You have a nice savings. You can sit there and say, I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. I live paycheck to paycheck. I've done it.
You're not
And
the
you
only
know
one.
what? I'm telling you, it's a hard struggle knowing that you educated and you still trying to figure out, dang, should I put $50 on my grocery or should I do 25 groceries, 25 in the gas tank, and maybe I could catch a ride with somebody so I don't burn out that $25 of gas tank. Like, I've been there. I don't want anybody to have to go
But
through
see,
that.
that
Right.
struggle is real.
It is. It's
That struggle,
absolutely.
and people are still making those those type of decisions
Right.
every
Because
single
we went,
day.
what, 4 years without a raise?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Prices of everything going up.
Everything
Everything going up.
So,
Everything
yeah,
going up.
It was a struggle. It's a struggle.
And you sit there and you make these decisions. You say, yes, I want a great credit score. I want to be able to do everything. But at the end of the day, I got to live. That credit score, listen, I got a house. I got a car.
Yeah.
I had the credit. I don't got no more, but I had it. But you don't want to stay victim to it.
Right,
you want to
right.
make sure you start adjusting your life and start saying, okay, I know I like to do this, this, and this, and plan so that you can do this.
See, that's why we have to share our stories, so
Absolutely.
that other people will learn what not to do.
Absolutely.
Because if not, then here come the next generation. Here come our kids, and they're not equipped to handle life.
Absolutely.
Because they just see, okay, they spending money here, there, and a lot of people wear their money.
Absolutely.
With all the jewelry and I'm like, but what did you do? What did you put away for your retirement?
And see, that used
They
to be
don't
me.
see the background work. They're just, sometimes only see.
And that used to be me. I used to be named down from the. Listen, I used to even go pay like $200 to get my hair dyed when I could have got it dyed for $65, just because I was in this certain salon.
Baller.
That's what I mean. I wasn't balling. I was barely eating.
Right.
But you know what? I failed to change my thought pattern and my lifestyle. Like even when I bought my house, my mom would always be in the background correcting my mistakes.
Right.
And then when she told me she wasn't correcting them anymore, I had to say, wait a minute. And all the bills start coming in, and you start seeing yellow, blue, all these different color envelopes. And then you're sitting there, it was like,
Don't forget about pink.
they do come in pink too.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
my
then
God.
and then you see the
Be looking
notice
like-
talking about
Look like Lucky Charms been sending you bills.
yes. you scared to go to the mailbox because
Yep.
maybe if you don't see it, it'll just disappear.
Right.
But no, it doesn't happen. I had to really sit there and start saying, I don't need a purse that costs more than my mortgage. I don't need to flaunt. These people have made it. I'm trying to
Right,
make it.
right.
I don't need every single thing in my closet to be name brand. I'm gonna tell you, I wore something from Walmart, and everybody knows. Like I just like labels. Like I was considered a label hoe. But everybody knows. So they thought I got it from Macy, whatever, and I just was happy. Wearing my little $6 outfit.
Yep. Hey, sometimes they're the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Now my shoes, I can't.
Yeah.
I just can't give up on the shit. Like my shoes, but like all those purses and everything, I carry a small purse. Yes, it is a name, but I'm not carrying like I used to, where I used to have a big bag and show. Yeah, I got me a Chanel. Yeah, I got me a Louis Vuitton. Yeah, those things don't mean anything to me now because I feel that money should be in my bank account.
Yep.
It shouldn't be going to their bank account because
Exactly.
they're living in where I live. That's like probably their closet.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But until we all get that mindset and steps, and then another thing, I'm more into supporting our businesses, the small businesses. You made it, you big. People going to continue to buy Gucci, Louis Vuitton,
Right.
and all that. I'm not supporting it like I used to.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I do have my stuff that I like to buy, like my shoes. I told you, and I'm gonna pay that money. But I'm not gonna sit there and buy something that's more than my mortgage
Right.
anymore.
Right.
I'm not gonna put it on a credit card. And if you put something on your credit card, if you can't pay it off at the end of the month, don't put it on there.
Exactly.
Because it took me a long time to get out of credit card debt. I mean, I struggled because it was so easy just to stand there and be like, here you go.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. It's so easy
is.
to
Very
do
easy.
that, and we fall victim to it. You know how many people out there like don't use credit cards? They barely use a credit. If I don't got cash, I don't want it.
Yep.
I don't got cash, I don't want it. And it took me
It's
a long
smart.
time. Now, if you have to say I need a major repair, use that credit card and make a plan to pay it off in 6 months.
Right.
Make a plan to pay it off in 3 months. Give yourself a plan before you pull out that credit card. Know how you're going to pay it off. Know if something happens, what's your second plan going to be?
That's
Exactly.
absolutely right.
Yeah.
I haven't used a credit card in like over 10 years.
Ooh,
Wow.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yep. My philosophy is if I need something, I'm going to just, I'm going to try to work hard for it. And if it comes down to just having peanut butter and crackers and water
So be it.
Yep.
and
But
that
some people
sacrifice.
have children. You have to. Some people have children and
Oh, yeah.
expensive with children. Let me tell
I
you.
understand that. Yep.
I can't afford
true.
it.
Oh my goodness! I see these people out here with their kids. I be like, I'm glad I don't got none.
Yeah.
Because I swear they feet grow, they grow. You turn around, swear you got your kid looking nice, and you be like, why you walking like that? And then you be like, can you fit the boy?
I just brought those
Yep,
shoes.
yep.
I know.
But we just gotta educate everybody. You know, it's great when you walk in there. And they, you know where they get you. I see congratulations to all the graduates, the 2019 graduates this year that are coming out. But they get you that freshman year of college.
Yep.
That
Sure
freshman
do.
year of college,
That's when the debt
soon as you
begins.
walk through
Yep.
the
The
thing, the lobby, you got Discover, Visa, Visa, all these things come, and they give you your hat, your T-shirt, and a big old balance, and you be like, I got it.
Going on spring break.
Yeah. So
So we
y'all
gotta
be careful.
educate before they get to that point.
Yeah.
But not even with our kids, the adults that are getting in trouble. But gambling.
Yeah. I
that's-
gamble.
Huh?
That
I'm
got
not a
me in
gambler.
trouble too. Gambling got
Did
me
you
in
have to
trouble.
borrow? Are you the one who said they borrowed themselves from the?
Yeah, I did.
You talked to them. How did you do that? Because somebody was asking me about that, and I'm like,
Oh, you just go down to the Casino Control Commission in Atlantic City, and they take your picture just like you're a criminal.
Really?
You go, and what happens is you sit there, and the investigator comes out, and you sit there, you swear she was like, "Do you understand that you could?" And
Marlon.
huh?
Marlon, look to your left.
Right, left.
Okay, now look to your right.
No, but she was very nice, and but they go over that you can't go into the casinos, whatever,
Really?
and you can pick that you want to stay out of them for a year. You could pick that you want to stay out of them for 5 years. And so I was like, I don't want to do a year because I know I like to gamble. I know I like to gamble.
So if so you set this up and then you go, let's say, 6 months down the road. I'm going
You can't. They'll tell you. You can get in trouble if you get caught in that. They said they know when you enter their property. Like they literally know, and they have your picture there. You cannot be on their property. You can't even attend like a show inside the casinos and stuff.
Wow.
Like that.
I
Yeah. So that
didn't know
year was
that.
pretty good for me because then when I did it, I felt like now I don't really need to do it because that used to be my go-to thing when I got stressed out. I would go to the casinos and stuff, and then when I couldn't do that anymore, it really helped me. Like I started directing my stress in other ways. I started doing different things, but at the time it was getting where I would just go from work, go see my mom, go to the casino, sit there. And I would sometimes just be like, wait a minute. I know it's a problem, but at the same time, I was winning so much money. I was like, but I know it's becoming a problem. So I took myself out of that problem.
Wow.
Like some people can't take themselves out.
Exactly.
Because
Because I've never heard anyone do that. I didn't even know this was
Yeah.
a thing that you could do.
She had said on the show before.
Yeah, and like I can laugh and joke about it, but some people can't laugh and joke where they lose their house behind
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
Like, and that's another thing. My bills got backed up. Like I didn't want to tell anybody. Like I'm really straight. Like, but once I got done and over with that, I find I have money in my bank account.
Right.
You find that but the thing about it is some people don't have that strength to like pull away from it and do it. And like even with when I found like I can't drink a lot, so I just stopped drinking. Like some people can smother themselves with alcohol and everything and substance and stuff, but it's just something you do. You just go up there and she tells you, she said, look for it. Take off your hat. She made me take off my hat. And she snapped my picture. She said, this will be in every casino for 1 year that you can't enter the property.
Yeah, because a friend of mine whose friend has a problem with it. Whereas, at any waking moment, she's going to go over there and gamble. And now they're garnishing her paycheck. So she has to, if she doesn't work overtime, her check's not going to be decent.
See, that's,
Not
you don't
gonna
want to
be enough
get
to pay
there.
the- Yeah,
No.
You
she's
don't want to get there.
And it's like, and so I was telling my friend, I'm like, okay, well, tell her she can bar herself. He's like, oh no, I'm not going to tell her that. I said, well, if you're a real friend, you're going to tell her. that she can
Exactly.
bar
And it's better
herself.
that she does it than the court make you do it. You know what I'm saying? Because the court
Yeah.
can come in and make you put yourself on that list, and you
Wow.
can get banned like indefinitely. Like,
Wow.
I never knew that.
so you just got to be careful. You don't want to get to that point in life anyway, like where you dependent on going to a machine and sitting at a machine and saying, "Oh, this is going to be my bread and butter." Because every day isn't a good day.
Exactly.
You know, some days I've dropped 1,000, 2,000, not even realizing it because
It's
you
so
win
easy
and
to
you just,
do.
and
Yeah.
then you walk out and be like, do I got $5 to get off the highway? Like,
See.
what the? But then, you know, it's other days I can walk out winning 5,000, 6,000 and just make up all the losses that, but then, how do you really want to live like that? Do
Right.
you really want to? Now, if I do go, I take $100. Once that $100 is gone, whether I win or lose, I'm gone. I'm not to the point where, and I leave my debit cards and everything at
Yep.
home, so I don't get the temptation to stick it in the machine and stuff. But
That's smart.
you just got to watch and you got to know yourself. And if you can't control what you're doing, seek help, whether it be with a substance or anything else, gambling, anything. If you feel that something is spiraling out of control and you don't know how to stop it, go get help.
Exactly.
Yes.
And there's help out there for
There's,
Absolutely.
there's Gambler Anonymous. You know, talk to your pastor. Maybe they
Go to
can
a
give
therapist.
you
Absolutely.
other references because the help is there. But I like the idea. You have to be strong enough, you know, have a little bit of strength to
Right.
bar yourself out of there. And it's going to be the betterment of your life because
Absolutely.
you don't want to. I know one person I used to work with, and back in the day, she had. You know, she was signing a note with the casino. And so every month she was paying them,
Wow.
paying them back.
Yeah,
because
'cause
she
that marker,
overextended herself. Yeah.
They
I
give
was
you a
like,
marker. You could say, I want to take a marker for
They'll check your credit.
5,000. Say, I'm taking a marker for 5,000. If you take it for 5,001, you get 6. You know, you get this amount of time. But if you take it for 4,999, whatever, you got to pay back in this amount of time. Oh, I know the markers because I worked in.
Oh, you.
I know
worked-
how
okay.
to
It's
work
a whole
a
new
marker.
world.
Yeah.
I don't know about any of this.
But the thing about it is my family loves the gamble. Like I have a lot of gamblers in my family and I just watched over the years that I just found a love for it too, but now I have to pull away. Like my sisters, they're not losing $20. Forget it. Not
That's
gonna
me.
happen. My brothers and sisters, they're not gonna. Now me and my mama, we be there sitting next to go girl. But you know, like my brothers, I love gambling. They can't stand it. They're not gonna lose their hard-earned money. Me, I'm like I can make this money. But now I see that it was me becoming addicted to gambling. Where I just had to walk away from it. And, you know, don't be ashamed if you have to do that.
Right.
You know, it's helping you.
We
at the
all
end.
have issues, but
Yeah.
the thing is to recognize what they are and then try to correct them.
Absolutely.
I just knew that I wasn't going to let the sounds of all
it's-
the bells and the noises and stuff like that, and the lights, you know, they could be very attractive. Like, oh no, you're not getting me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I'm not going to be that excited. No.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Here you go. I don't know what excites me, but I know that ain't it.
Absolutely.
As usual, we went way off topic.
I know,
Oh, we sure
right?
did.
I
Oh,
didn't
what
even
time
finish.
it is? Oh, my
Lord.
goodness.
Okay. I'll shorten this
Okay,
up.
good.
Okay. So
Wow, we didn't get
I
that.
didn't finish.
Oh, I thought you.
I was
Sorry.
just yeah.
Oh,
It was
okay.
our first time back.
Oh, that's
but-
funny.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. Go ahead.
So we were just talking about mindset and realizing what we're doing. So that's just what I wanted to touch on today, our mindset. With so many things that are happening in the world today, the mass shootings, mothers killing their children, you know, the prejudice things that we're experiencing. As we sit back and we look at this and we're looking at it on the news each and every day, it just seems that things are just continually going downhill for us. We kind of get pulled into the negativity around us because this is what we're seeing practically every day. So in doing so, we're slowly losing hope.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got to keep the hope. We have to make a choice to believe that things will always be the same, or you can choose to believe things will change. So know that change is possible in any situation. God can and will restore your life and the world around us. Know that God is not bound by time.
Right.
Absolutely.
So through positive thinking, we must make a decision on what kind of world we live in and decide what reality we're going to create for ourselves. Don't leave it in the hands of someone else. See, that's where we make the mistake. The enemy wants the negativity to penetrate us, which will result in our downfall and our family's downfall. So we just need to be aware. Of course, we can't take ourselves away from the news. We need to be aware of what's going on around us, but don't let it get you down.
Yes.
keep the positive outlook.
Yes.
With positive thinking, we can change our future. We always say that.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what you've done in the past, you're not bound by that. You have a choice to stay in that same place or to start making the changes to improve your life.
Absolutely.
So, my question to you, do you continue to live the life defined for you by others, or do you design your own life? It's a no-brainer to me. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to design your, you know what? Some people, they get scared and
It
let
is, and
people
it is scary.
and
The
they
unknown.
dictate, they let people dictate how they should live, what they should be doing.
Exactly.
I mean, if you need help with something,
Right.
you can steer them down the right path. But at the end of the day, you got to make that ultimate decision.
Mm-hmm.
Is this where I want to be, or
Right.
is this where I'm going to be? You know,
Exactly.
and sometimes when you find that you're in a situation and there's no turning back, it's the worst feeling in the world, because but if you made the right decision and you doing it, it might be a struggle for you, it might be hard, and you're doing it, you can conquer the world.
Exactly.
You got to
And people
get
forget
over
that because
everything.
you know, again, we leave our fate in other people's hands each and every day. Or she knows my past. She knows I was a teen mom, so I know I'm never going to be able to. No,
Absolutely.
Well,
not.
you
know
can
what?
do anything. You just have to believe in yourself
Absolutely.
and God. That's
Absolutely.
But you know what? But that also brings me to what I want to talk about today, which is the fear. The fear, it controls us. It holds
does.
us back. You know, like you said, you know, we're always looking at our past or other people's past, and we are convicted by it, and we don't want to move further because of this past that we did not let go.
right.
Or here, the fear other people may know about me, and that's going to hold me back.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and we can't have that spirit of fear. God did not give us the spirit of fear.
Exactly.
You know,
But
yes,
we forget that.
we
That's
forget
the
that.
thing.
Yes, we forget that, and we always, go back to it, and we, we'll not humble ourselves, but we'll put ourselves in that shield, in that shell, so that we don't have to do anything, so nobody
Yep.
will notice or remember our past. But we all have it. And that's the
Exactly.
thing. We all have a past. We've all made mistakes. But the thing is, what are you going to do now that it's in the past and you want to move forward?
Exactly.
It's like, okay, how do you move forward? And that's one of the things that Marzina can bring out in you, and myself.
And yes, and you and Marlon once she gets on board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But you already have that talent,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, you know what you talk about fear. I fear change. I really, although a lot of times people don't know, like, I am truly terrified of change. I'm truly terrified of coming out of my comfort zone. I'm truly, like, even when I know something and somebody challenges me, because I don't want to really, like, sometimes I step back and I just because I'm fearful that once I enter into something, I have to keep on going with it, and I might not want to.
Right.
Like, so what I do a lot of times is I put myself in a comfort zone. And once I'm in my comfort zone, I will laugh at you, joke, but I'm in my comfort zone.
Right.
But what that kept me from doing is advancing more in life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I have that in my notes,
Yeah.
the fear of the unknown, because
Yeah.
the future is unknown to us.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's why you don't want to change. But one of the things I want to recommend to you is a book that I had my son read long, long time ago, and this is what helped me with change. I'm talking about over 20 years ago. And that was Who Moved My Cheese?
Oh, yeah.
I already read it.
Well,
I read
read
it when I was
again.
because when I first entered into my master's program for
Which
my
one?
For my MBA.
Okay, that's the first one.
But
Okay, not the second master's. Okay.
actually, I'm sorry, my
Okay.
public administration.
See.
And the teacher was talking about this book, Who Moved the Cheese. And I was like, that's so dumb. Like, I was like, why would anybody read this?
Right.
And I read it, and I read it twice, because the first time you just read. The second time you really read, and you start reading between the lines, and you start seeing how this is really you. And you said, if I did one thing different, like, as soon as he found the cheese, he stopped. The one guy stopped, but the other guy said, wait, this is going to run out. I got to keep on going. But I was the one, as soon as I found that cheese, I stopped.
Was that Hall?
Yeah.
or him.
Him.
Or
See,
whatever.
it was
Yeah.
all in your mind, because just like when we took on this venture, Marlon was like, yeah, okay. When we started doing,
Was she?
kind of.
Yeah, 'cause I was like, I don't know, y'all.
Her personality.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, but she's funny, but yeah, she is kind of shy. But okay, so that us doing the workshops for those girls.
Yeah, that was hard.
And what do? You
was
do
hard?
leaps.
Absolutely.
You-
Getting in front of kids.
It's all in your head, Marlon.
It is. It absolutely
Every
is.
situation I've seen you in, you have totally went far beyond what.
But see, that's me. If I know, I have a strong support system. Like you ladies, when we do those things, I know y'all got me. You know, I know y'all got my back. And if I needed to, I could step up and I have your back. You know, so I have learned that if I have somebody backing me, I can conquer the world. Like, and I have I come from like a very strong family, very strong support system. And even though I fear a lot of things, like I will, like talking to those young ladies, every time I step in front of them, I say a prayer that God will give me the words to give to them to know that they can be better than what they are.
Right.
You know, my grandfather always told me, he said, Marlon, you're a leader. He was like, you're going to lead some people down the right path. And he said, so make sure you use your gift wisely. Like my grandpa, he would always set me up like to know like what I would like, because I was a grandpa. I stuck by my grandpa's side. He taught me a lot of stuff. But a lot of days I would be like, Grandpa, I can't. My grandpa said, no. And I'd be there right along my grandpa. I was like, Grandpa, I can't put in no water heater. I'll make it. What you say? And so, like, a lot of things, like, I learned, and I take what I've learned from my, like you say, my elders. I take what I learned from my friends. And, you know, you can even learn stuff from your nieces and nephews. Like, they teach me stuff every single day. Like, my nieces and nephews, they are so smart, so talented. And I see these kids out here, and I'm like, y'all learning that? Like, dang, can you teach me to do that?
Because they don't
Can you
have all
teach me
those
to do that?
barriers built up
Yeah.
at a young age that we have in our mind.
And you know what's so beautiful that I see with these kids? They don't fear like me. Sometimes I will let racism and stuff enter, even though I'm not racist. No way, shape, or form am I racist. But sometimes I be like, if I was this, I bet you I had it. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I'm sorry to say it, but that's how I feel
we all go
sometimes.
through
Like,
that, so, yeah.
you know, sometimes I'm like, if this was this and this and that, you know, I would have been blah blah blah. But my nieces and nephews, it's like they see no color.
Yep.
They play with everybody. That it's like. And then you don't want them to have to deal with it, and you get scared for them. You know, you
Right,
start becoming
right.
scared. Like,
But
are
we
they
have to make sure not to
yeah,
tap into,
their innocence.
Exactly.
Right now, they're innocent, and you don't want that innocence to be taken from them.
Right.
But we have had experiences in our life that starts breaking away at our innocence, and you always want to feel like they accept everybody for who they are,
Right.
and what they are. You don't want to put that shield on them, because growing up, my dad was from down south. He'd be like, "Don't try." Not gonna say it, but at the same time, you don't want that.
You can say this
Yeah.
is internet.
I know, but I'm just
Be
saying.
real.
I'm being real. Like my dad said, you can't trust everybody,
Yeah.
and we know who everybody is. So whoever is your everybody, don't trust her.
All right, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go.
Oh, God.
So but it's just things like in life. It's hard. Like I said, every time I stand in front of those girls, I'm like, am I going to be able to give them the right words to say? Am I going to be that like leader that, you know, that I strive to be? And, you know, being a leader doesn't mean that you're a CEO of a company. Being a leader doesn't mean that you at the whatever. Yes, those are leaders, but they might not be a great leader. You know what I'm saying? You just have to know and guide and give that guidance to people.
Exactly.
And
I
make
feel
sure-
more my impacting a youth or something of that nature is way better than that CEO or whatever.
Absolutely.
You know, it's
Yes,
You can-
yes.
no brainer. Yeah.
because I love and like I love giving back to the youth. I love being able to speak to them and offer them something, you know, because with me, going through school was hard for me. Like I tell you, if anybody knows me when I was in elementary, whatever, I hated school. I didn't think I was
Really?
going to make it. Nope. I didn't think I was going to make it. I was told things like go get a GED and stuff like that, even though I was like at the top of my class and stuff like
Wow.
that. So now I look back and I don't want those young girls to have the same experience as me.
See, it's funny how you say that, because what was told to me by my stepfather was, you need to be smart because you really don't have the looks.
See, I would never told that.
You know,
No.
yeah.
Well, that was the older generation,
Yeah.
and that's
And
how
I'm
they
like, what?
thought,
I'm
believed,
cute.
and impacted into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And
Unfortunately.
yeah, and I was always taught you better go to school. Go to school. I don't care if you pretty, ugly, or whatever.
Yeah.
I know you better get on that
Yeah,
bus and go to school.
Mm-hmm.
I know you better, like, because, like I said, like, my aunts and uncles all used to say, I'm like, I ain't going to school. They always said, I bet you will graduate.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you will. And I was like, all right. But at the end of the day, it was an honor just to be able to show them that I got my degree and
Yeah.
everything
So
like that.
when was the turning point when you realized that you did like school? Like, what pushed you
Well,
to get all of
actually-
these degrees now when you started out hating?
I was I came home. I got sick. My mom brought me home from Grambling. I got very sick, and they couldn't figure out. And I was working, and I was like, I'm not going anywhere in life. You know, I can't live like this. Like my dad always said, I don't work so hard for y'all, my kids, to have to work as hard as me. Like I never wanted my kids to work as hard as me. So I was just doing something, and I seen a commercial for University of Phoenix, and I was like, let me try this. Like it's on, I'll try. And then I felt like these are other adults, other people who maybe had the same struggle as me. Like life happens to everybody. So I could have took the natural path and finished school, but at that one point, even though I went away to college and I still was only going for someone else.
Right.
I wasn't doing
Or
it
for
for
you.
myself. When I learned to start doing things for myself, and I found how much I love knowledge, like and you get the right teachers, the right professors, and they're talking to you and you're gaining knowledge and you want to participate, you want to be there. And the more I got it, I remembered how smart I was, because I was walking into jobs and I'd just be like, I would get a supervisor's position, boom, over and done, But when I started sitting and people started saying, can you help me? And I was like, yeah, I'll help you. This is easy. And I just started developing a love to learn as well as give, and love and give. And the knowledge just started, knowledge just started becoming my power.
Right.
Like with my power, like I don't have I'm not a supervisor, but my power is in my, that's something they can't take from me.
But
Exactly.
see, that's good that you say that. She has a love for knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
With me, I did it because there's just I just wanted to be educated, and I knew
Mm-hmm.
having a degree would make me educated.
Yep.
But that was a personal thing for me, and then I had to remember I got somebody watching me.
Yep.
I'm like,
Got
we have
that
to
right.
we have to be aware that our children listen to everything we say
Yep.
and watch everything that we do.
Absolutely.
And, I think that was the saving grace for my son, because he saw me struggle with him. He saw me doing homework. He saw me late at night, he was going to bed, but
Yeah.
he saw me, do these things. And if I could do it, he knew that he could do it. Being that example for someone else, but we have to press forward.
Yep.
Well, my sister and brother say, don't be like your aunt. You better get up. You better go on and graduate and get on out of school. I'm not joking.
Yeah,
But-
the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in my journey, like I always tell people, I don't do stuff the conventional way. I do it my way. And I'm not going to, everybody's not going to walk the same path. You got some people that go boom, 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 overdone with there and there. But me, I always sway. I go back and forth. But I always come back to the common goal. Like, what it is? Like, so... And I just see, like, sometimes I see my nieces and nephews, and the reason their parents know what they about to do is because they had a little sister named Aunt Mama. So, at the end of the day, I just feel like when you are doing something in life. You may fear it. Like every time I go for advancement in life or anything, I have a fear. But I know if I pray, like I'm like if I pray, I know my God. I mean, I'm not in church every Sunday, but I know my God. And if I'm praying and I believe he's guiding me, I always ask for him to guide my footsteps every day before I wake up and guide my tongue, my words and everything, so that I have a comfort. You know,
Yep.
I can be just getting ready to talk. I could be scared to death. But soon as I open my mouth, the fear is gone.
Yep.
And you know,
that's just a way to know that you're human. We all get nervous. I don't care how many times you've done something.
Yeah.
Because it's a love of yours or whatever the case is, you're just human. That's it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I mean, sometimes that fear can really get you. It can make you in the morning. Like I remember one time, I never tell you, we were getting ready to go do something, and I was like, I can't go to Trent. Those I don't know what it's like to be talking. And I was like, Mom, my stomach, I'm rolling in the bed. I'm like, I can't get up. I can't do this. And then, so I said, but you made a promise. So I got up and I got dressed. And so I'm sitting in the driveway. I was like, I better just call and say, I'm not ready. I can't do this. I just can't. But some said, just get on the highway. Just get on the highway. So then I'm like, I can't walk into that school. Like, I'm sweating now. Like, I'm literally sweating. And I'm like, let me put my hair in a ponytail because I can't do this. Right? So then I walk and you see these young individuals that you can put an impression on, and they're waiting for you to say something. And I'm looking at my papers, and if Gail and them could tell you, it'll start off good. Those papers go to the side. I'd be like, listen, I know you're like me. And listen, you better straighten up right now. And it's like, everything is over. Like, I want to tell you, this is what a good leader is. This is how you become a good leader. These are some things you might want to do. And then I see somebody that it feels like God is saying, speak to that one right there. Like, speak to that one right there. And I'll be like, everything goes out the window. Forget leadership. I'm talking about you right now.
See?
You know what I'm saying?
She did that.
Yeah.
Really? I believe she
The
did.
last time she did that, she recognized that somebody was a ball player who plays ball or basketball, and she zoned in on that person. I was like, there she goes. She's off. There she go. I'm in the back like,
But the little girl she had something about her that said, like, what you're saying, you can't really tell me nothing because you never been where I've been. And I'm saying, I've been where you've been. You know what I'm saying? I understand your struggle, but they just see you for what you are now.
Right.
And sometimes with these youth, you got to express, listen, I've been there. I've been in trouble. I've been that bad kid. But they're seeing you stand here. You're nicely dressed, hair done, nails done, everything. And how do you know my struggle? You're not even from the city. You don't know. Listen, people in the suburbs sometimes are struggling just like the people in the ghetto. They putting up a front for y'all in these big houses.
inner city.
And
The urban community.
urban community.
yeah.
Sorry, ghetto, urban community.
Because
Listen.
ghetto's a mindset. You can be in the suburbs and be ghetto.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know I am.
Yeah, pretty much. But they... No. It's all about
No, but I'm
mindset.
saying, well, in the urban enterprises.
Now she's talking taxes. You know what?
But I'm just saying, like, they can't, they don't see your past. Nobody sees your past
Right.
until you let them know your past.
Exactly.
And some of those young girls, you have to let them know. Yeah, I had trouble in school. I mean, there was classes I struggled with. You know, there's things, but if you don't let them know, they're just seeing you for what you are today.
Exactly.
I'm standing in front of you telling you I got this, I got that, and what's that mean to me? I'm
Exactly,
trying to
yes.
figure out where my next meal is
Right.
coming from.
Exactly.
If my mom and dad gonna be able to buy me a t-shirt and a pair of pants to wear to school, that's my struggle.
See, and that's why I'm definitely, because we weren't able to talk about today fear, because I have all
Yeah,
my notes.
yeah.
There you go. I was
Well, next week we
inspired.
gonna talk about
You know,
okay.
but I want to bring Pastor Barbara J. Adams, because she did this one thing on fear. I'm like, she was like
The
blowing
one we
me.
met that day?
Yeah, she
Oh,
did
yeah.
the workshop the
Yeah.
last
Oh,
time.
that's
I want to
awesome.
bring her in right now. June is her busy mom, but the way she talks about fear, and it's just phenomenal, you know.
Okay.
So I do want to. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to have her do it. See, God meant for us to go off topic, so that
like always.
so that I can schedule her to come on in and talk
Okay.
about fear, so that we can move forward. Because there's a fear of transitioning. You just, fearful of moving. Success. People are afraid of success and will do a sabotage.
Absolutely.
Self-sabotage.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I've been there.
I have done that.
I've been there.
I'm one of those people that have done that.
Sabotage
Yeah.
because, this is something different. This is something new. I don't know what's going to happen. We have that fear of the
Can
unknown.
I really manage this many people? Are they really going to listen to me? Can I really take
Can I
control?
really do this? But then once we look back and say, okay, once it's over, it's like, I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
But you got to step out. You
gotta
got to step out on faith.
So I
Absolutely.
definitely
It's
want
hard. We're not saying it's easy,
Easy.
but as you continue to do it,
Yes.
it becomes easier as you
And
move forward.
are you finished your segment?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I'm about to say, now I'm going to talk a little bit.
See?
I think I've been talking all the time.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm really proud. Like, I promised my little niecey I would do. Chrissy, I'm almost so proud of you for being valedictorian of your 8th grade class. Congratulations.
Nice.
Me and Grandmama be there on the 13th. We're so proud of you. But I look at a lot of my cousins and stuff now, and a lot of people, like their kids I know, a lot of people I went to school with, their kids are now graduating college. Not only are they graduating college, they're graduating with honors. I mean, I give y'all a big hoo-ha or hooray, like,
Yes.
wow. But also I see them taking chances and opening up their own businesses. My niece, she opened up a little business online, the Velvet Rose. I'm sorry, Teresa, I don't know. But I know she is getting it together. She's getting it together, and she's taking a chance, and she's doing it, and I applaud her for it because she's 25.
Okay.
And she took that chance to open up an online, she had a baby, and she's basically, even though she's with her boyfriend, but she's a single parent, really. And she's doing it, so I'm proud
That's
of her
awesome.
that she needs a little help, a little direction, but she took the chance and did it. She put herself out there, and she, and I'm proud of her. And I mean, my cousin, she has a hairline. Tanya Lanice, she has she sells the weave. I want to buy some, but I don't need
What
it.
for, Mar?
I found out I'm allergic to it.
Really?
When I have my goddess braids and stuff, my hair would be itching so bad, and I'm allergic to
But that's not real,
to
though.
the hair.
right?
No, her stuff is real.
Right, so you
She
probably
be
would
having
be allergic
bundle
to that.
deals, and no, but I don't want nobody else's hair. I'd rather take the
Yeah,
horse.
I understand. I understand. Yeah, so and that's good that your niece have entrepreneur spirit.
Yeah.
Not and that's the thing. I know traditionally it's like, okay, you go to college, you go get a good job, but there's nothing the matter with being your own boss.
Yeah, and you know what? She is actually in school still. She's about to graduate, so she's doing her thing. Like she got up to strength. She went back to school. She opened up. She really making boss moves. Like I'm like, go ahead. Like I sit in the background and I'll tell them, see, I'm a terrible aunt because I'll make you feel like. What? I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm like, man, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
And I'll say, and see, I catch stuff before my sisters because they're not on Facebook. So I'll go and they'll get a text like, boom. As soon as I say, I'll be like, nah. And I'll send a text so fast, like, and they be like, how am I more no? Absolutely, I'm stalking your page. I don't care, but I want them to know that anything in life we're gonna support them, and they can do their thing. But I'm just proud of them all around because I wish I had that spirit to go. And
I know. If we would have figured this out in our 20s,
oh man, where would we be
exactly.
today?
But you know what? It's never too late.
It's never.
It's not
It's
too
never
late.
too late.
Because when I open up my penny candy store, I want y'all all there. We are going to the diabetic candy store.
She's not right.
There's a need for it. I mean, okay.
Listen, y'all diabetics eat more candy than because I know I'm one of them.
I know, me too.
And I try to figure out what candy got the less sugar.
You know what? So we're coming to the end of the show. Y'all are true. But I don't know if you ladies have noticed, but we're coming into our fourth season.
Yeah,
Gosh.
it's been a while, right?
Wow.
Yeah,
yeah.
this is the end of our third season, our third year, and it's been interesting,
Yeah.
very interesting. It went by very quickly, and you know,
need a photo
Mar
shoot.
Mar,
Yeah.
another photo shoot. I just had photo shoots done. I had a
Yeah,
photo
you told her.
illusion.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did.
They
You
came
told
and
us.
they did, you know, but I know
Uh-huh.
we have to have one too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll let you know. Yeah. Yeah, we have to have another one done.
And we have some great guests coming on
yeah,
to the show,
we're
so
having
please
some
stay
guests
tuned in.
coming into the show.
On the 23rd, we're having Mr. David Nixon. He's going to talk about the importance of having HIV testing.
Oh no, I will be here.
Yeah, on the 23rd, we'll have, then we'll have Miss Jermaine Lee. She'll be talking about thyroid cancer awareness. That will be in September. August, we have an entrepreneurs section. That will be Tisa Davenport. And we have some other guests. I just didn't confirm yet. I didn't have my calendar in front of me, but please don't think I forgot about you. Those are just people that are actually on my calendar for right now. And we might have other guests, you know, the more guests we get. But if you are an entrepreneur and wish to give us T-shirts, or I actually attended Men Are Cooking in Willingboro for the Alpha sorority. You know, I attended that, and I met some awesome ladies, some really awesome ladies that are making big moves. And y'all know, if anybody knows, I love a T-shirt and I love a baseball cap. No matter, I go all over. I have T-shirts and hats from all over the world, but I like the one is, both of them are local. The one is in Williamstown. She does designer T-shirts. I wish I had the name. I had it written down. The other one is, she's in Pensacola, and she does awesome work. Another one is right in Willingboro. And then the
We're
other.
not getting paid for these advertisements.
I know. But I'm just saying, if they
little
want to,
shout
I
out.
told you, if they want to send us
Okay, if they
stuff
want to come on the show. Okay.
and send us
some- okay.
stuff,
Oh,
we are welcome to taking it.
okay, so we just want to thank you for listening in to another show of Sister Talk.
Yes.
Thank you for your encouragement, your prayers. Thank you for liking. Please like our page.
Absolutely.
Definitely like our page, and please share it. And if you ever want to call into a show, save this number, 609-807-2492. You can always call, and we'll put you in the conversation.
That's right.
Or
So-
send us an email if you have a topic you wish us to talk about.
Oh
Very
yeah.
good, Marlon. So thank you, and many blessings.
See you in 2
See you in
weeks.
2 weeks. Bye.